Hi,
Hey, you guys. Yes, know it well. Yeah, well,
thank you very much.
Hey, you guys.
Now, congratulations on the movie. Saw it yesterday. What was it like bringing this story to the screen?
Well, it's been a real pleasure working with Meryl Streep and Hugh Grant and Simon Helberg has been just the most fantastic experience. It's like being in a football team and having, you know, Pelé and Gascoigne and George Best playing up front. So you just need to get the ball to them and they're going to put it in the back of the net. So it's just great, you know, having such great actors is just a dream come true. Tremendous director, wonderful crew. So very, very lucky, very lucky.
Did you picture that someone of the ilk of Meryl Streep when you were writing the role?
Well, I mean, there's no second place in filmmaking. You either get Meryl Streep or you don't make the movie. So I knew that I had to write something that she was going to want to do. And if she didn't want to do it, there would be no film. So yeah, I wrote with that knowledge that if I got it right, I thought the material would interest her. She gets to sing badly, you know, it's comic, it's heartbreaking, so it's all that she does. So I knew that there was, if I could get it right, she'd be on board, and she was.
Florence is an amazing person. It would have been very easy, I can imagine, to poke fun at her, but you never get a sense of that from the film. What was it? How did you go about bringing that warmth towards her?
Well, I think it is very easy to poke fun at people who sing badly, but there's something. I mean, I very quickly warmed to Florence and really came to love her. I mean, I think because of her indefatigability. I mean, she just would not give up. She was generous. She loved music, and she was sincere. So, you know, once I'd internalized all of those feelings about her, you know, I felt all the way through writing, I felt very vulnerable for her. I just didn't want to see her suffer too much. But at the same time, she's hilariously funny. So it was trying to tread that balance really between she is a ridiculous character, but she's also a human being. And you know, the people around her loved her. So, you know, that was my approach. That's how I wrote the script, and I hope that that's on the screen.
Yeah, and certainly one of the things you mentioned about people around her loving her, we get a genuine sense of that from Hugh Grant's character, even though it's not on the surface of it a traditional kind of love story.
That's the thing. I mean, the first draft I wrote, it wasn't a love story, but after a couple of drafts, I started to think I had to really commit to this relationship, and if it was going to really touch people, I would have to turn it into a romance. And eventually that began to emerge. And you're absolutely right, it's a very unconventional love story. It's a chaste relationship. But I think I hope that it's all the more touching for that. And it was, you know, Bayfield was completely committed to Florence.
And finally, can I ask you, did you enjoy writing the language and in this period as well, which is very particular, I suspect?
Well, in a way, it was. I just thought, well, how do you write 40s New York? And in a way, Americans in that period had a little bit of a transatlantic thing going on. You know, it hadn't become the fully Americanized, and this kind of class of people involved in music, they were very, very European in outlook. So a lot of the language Florence uses she was a Victorian effectively, and Bayfield was, you know, an Edwardian aristocratic Englishman. So the language is quite flowery. They use a lot of, you know, strange words. Washing your hands is performing one's ablutions, and you know that's sort of fun. You know, I really love all of that. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Pleasure. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey